Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Solon High School and Solon Education Television's production of Solon Comet Athletics. Tonight, we have a double dip and a single trip. We've got the girls varsity team, the Solon Lady Comets, under the direction of Trish Cruzy and Sean Fisher, taking on the Brunswick Lady Blue Devils, followed by the boys team that's going to take on also Brunswick. And so two varsity games in one night is a little different, but we're going to bring both of them to you here. And I think we've got two interesting matchups, starting here with the girls. A couple of good storylines in this one. The Comets come in to this ball game 11-3 overall, 5-1 in the Greater Cleveland Conference, having lost their last two ball games. The Lady Blue Devils on the other side are 13-2 and 3-1 in the Greater Cleveland Conference. The Greater Cleveland Conference appears to be a three-way race this year between these two and Medina. Brunswick gave Medina their only conference loss. Medina gave Solon their only conference loss, and Solon gave Brunswick their only conference loss. So this game here tonight is pivotal for deciding the Greater Cleveland Conference. The Comets are a bit undermanned. They dropped their last two. They had a couple of injuries to two starters. Cheyenne Hatcher and Nia Booker are not going to see action in this one tonight. And so we'll see how the Comets handle that. The Blue Devils control the opening tap. Faith Vilcek will pass top of the key. Left wing, now that's Journey Hildebrand. She's their leading scorer. 22 is Leah Holmes. She goes to the basket, makes the layup, and draws a foul. I think that's going to get called on Erica Olszewski. Erica, a sophomore. The starters for Solon, Morgan Blackford and Mackenzie Blackford. They are the leading scorers on this team. The senior, Morgan, averages 18 points a game. The junior, Mackenzie, averages 17. Sophia Lance, number 22, also a starter. Erica Olszewski, a sophomore. And Kaylin Gaiman, a junior. That's her with the ball there, top of the key. She passes to Morgan Blackford, who tries to drive baseline, lays it up and in. And the Comets tie it at 2. Look for Solon to put lots of pressure on the basketball in the backcourt, try to turn the Blue Devils over. Hildebrand's in the backcourt getting double teamed. That 10-second count is getting long there, and the Comets do get the turnover. Olszewski bats it away to Morgan Blackford. Excuse me, that was Mackenzie. Gaiman tried the three there and missed it, and the board comes away to Brunswick. That's Lexi Bertemes getting double teamed. She passes out to Leah Holmes. Holmes to the corner to Bertemes. Bertemes to Holmes, that's Journey Hildebrand. Drives the lane, lays it up, missed it. Rebound is batted around, saved by Blackford. Hildebrand's gonna launch a three. It's long rebound. And Mackenzie Blackford's gonna get called for a foul there. That's gonna be her first, team second. And it'll be a side out. Kennedy Neal will inbound for the Lady Blue Devils. Cross court to Bertemes, working against Kaylin Gaiman, top of the key. And Morgan Blackford commits a foul there on the reach, and that's something Solon cannot afford. In their recent loss to Hoban, both Morgan and Mackenzie fouled out of that one, and the Comets dropped it in overtime after scoring 27 first quarter points. They wind up losing in OT when they lost their top two scorers. Hildebrand now is going to drive the lane, 10-footer, long. Rebound comes away, Gaiman gets it out to Mackenzie Blackford, to Sophia Lance. She's going to launch the three. She left it long. Olszewski with the board to Gaiman, who cut to the basket, and she lays it in. Good offensive rebound there by Erica Olszewski on the backside. 0 is Faith Vilcek bringing it up against pressure. That's Bertemes going to the hole. She missed it. She gets her own board. She lays it up. She missed that one. They dish it out to Hildebrand. Can't leave her open, but she missed the three. The rebound was fought up there. Kennedy Neal missed the putback. Mackenzie Blackford into the front court. Boy, they're letting them play here tonight. She lays up the left-hander. It's no good, and the rebound comes away to Brunswick. Vilcek now working against Kaylin Gaiman. Vilcek dishes to Leah Holmes. She passes up the shot to Kennedy Neal, who buries the three, putting the Blue Devils out ahead 5-4. 3 minutes have gone by here in the first quarter. Mackenzie Blackford, left hand off the glass, no good. Rebound batted around. That's Bertemes who comes away with it to Vilcek. Faith Vilcek is 5'3" junior, averaging 6 points a ball game. She's going to launch a three. Left it on the front rim. Morgan Blackford now is going to take it to the elbow, dishes to her sister who goes baseline, but she stepped out of bounds, and it'll go back to Brunswick. We get an early substitution. Kaylee Levenhagen, 6'4" Kaylee Levenhagen Jr. checks in for Erica Olszewski. And again, the Comets trying to press in the backcourt. Vilcek bringing it up against Sophia Lance. Into the front court, right wing. Passes to Kennedy Neal. She tries the underhand. She missed it. Morgan Blackford's going to go line to the lane, lays it up. And we're going to get a blocking foul called. I don't know if they're going to give her the basket. Oh, they counted the basket there. So Blackford's going to go to the line to complete the three-point play. That's the first team foul on Brunswick. Solon has 3 team fouls. And the leading scorer for the Comets, Morgan Blackford, knocks down the free throw. In the backcourt again, Vilcek working against Sophia Lance, and we're going to get an offensive foul. Vilcek gets called for a push-off. And the early pressure seems to be working for Solon. Audrey Parker, number 1, is going to check in for Vilcek. Mackenzie Blackford to trigger for the Comets. They're looking for Sophia Lance around a double screen. She dishes to Morgan Blackford, who gets shut off. Back to Lance, to Blackford, to Levenhagen. To Blackford, to her sister. Mackenzie Blackford, top of the key. She'll let the three go, and she'll bury it. And Morgan and Mackenzie are having to carry a lot of the scoring load with Cheyenne Hatcher and Nia Booker out. There's the Blackford girls in the backcourt getting a turnover and a missed layup, and Journey Hildebrand has to save the ball, and she does to Leah Holmes. We get a tie-up, and alternating possession favors the Comets. We're going to get a couple substitutions. Coach Sean Fisher, assistant coach to Trish Cruzy, is trying to keep the troops fresh. He throws Mia Patriarco, number 32, a sophomore, in. Levenhagen sits, and Erica Olszewski checks back in. Sophia Lance is long with the three. Olszewski, another offensive board, spins in the lane. I think she got fouled. No call. We get another tie-up. This time it'll go to Brunswick. It's a 10-5 Solon lead. And the refs are letting them play here tonight. That's Lexi Bertemes beating the pressure. She dishes into the corner to Parker, and we're going to get a charging foul called. Excuse me, Mia Patriarco stepped into the lane and drew the charge. And right now the Comets are looking a step faster than their opponent. We're 5 minutes into the first quarter. Morgan Blackford between the circles. Dishes to Kaylin Gaiman. Erica Olszewski cuts hard to the basket. Off the feed by Gaiman, and she lays it in, and we get a full timeout from the Brunswick Lady Blue Devils as the Comets jump out to a 12-5 lead. 5 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. So as I mentioned, the Comets are having to battle without two of their better players. Cheyenne Hatcher, their third leading scorer, and Nia Booker, their outstanding point guard and state caliber track athlete. They're both out of this one. Cheyenne was able to play 8 games before getting injured. Nia played 11, and they've lost their last 2 in part because they're a bit undermanned at this point. So it's been the Blackford girls who have to carry a lot of the scoring load. Good to see Erica Olszewski out to a good start in this one. And Sophia Lance, the Comets' three-point specialist, needs to be able to knock down shots for this team. But right now they've kept Journey Hildebrand in check. The junior, number 3 for Brunswick, is 15 points away from 1,000, and she's just a junior. Considered by Coach Cruzy to be one of the best players in the greater Cleveland area. Journey Hildebrand right there with the basketball, number 3, trying to beat pressure with Ashlyn Dyson. Hildebrand dishes to Kennedy Neal. There's Hildebrand open for the 3 ball, and she left it short. The rebound is put back, no good, and Olszewski comes away with the loose ball to Mackenzie Blackford into the front court, and the sea parts, and Mackenzie runs right down the middle of the lane and lays it in, and the Comets are out to a 9-point lead. Hildebrand and Dyson trying to break this backcourt pressure, and the Comets are looking a little quicker than their opponent. Good pass ahead by Hildebrand, and a good finish there by Audrey Parker, just a freshman, 6-foot freshman, came off the bench and buried that one. Mackenzie Blackford can't leave her open for too long. She's going to knock that 3 ball down. The Comets jump out to a 10-point lead at 17-7. Hildebrand into the front court, working against Kaylin Gaiman. That's Leah Holmes. Back to Hildebrand. Kennedy Neal, number 20, against Mackenzie Blackford. Dishes to Leah Holmes. Holmes back to Neal. Neal's going to drive, laid it up and in. Morgan Blackford now quickly into the front court. Mackenzie Blackford will drive the lane. Left hand gets swatted, but we're going to get a foul called. Coach Anthony Ocasio, in his 5th year at the helm of the Brunswick Blue Devils, didn't like that one, but be that as it may, Morgan Blackford will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. This is a pivotal matchup for the Brunswick, for both teams actually, with the Comets being 5-1 in the league and Brunswick being 3-1, and between Solon, Medina, and Brunswick, both of these teams will get Medina on their home court in future days. So this game's going to go a long way toward the Greater Cleveland Conference. And keep in mind, as Blackford missed both free throws, that's unusual for her. The Comets went through the Greater Cleveland Conference last year at 10-0. Leah Holmes dishes to number 1, Audrey Parker, the first sub off the bench for the Lady Blue Devils, is a freshman, and she knocked down the 3 there. Mackie Blackford now working against Hildebrand to Olszewski to Gaiman. Gaiman right wing. 1 dribble to Levenhagen. She swings it to Mackie. Mackie left wing, cross court. Olszewski, she could have shot that. Mackenzie will though, and she'll make it. And she's off to a hot start. That's what they needed. They need her and Morgan to put up their usual 18 and 17 a game. Hildebrand launches a 3, but before she can launch it, there's going to be an illegal screen called on number 22, Leah Holmes. And Coach Ocasio cited Leah Holmes as being a top performer for his squad because she's about averaging a double-double in points and rebounds. Mia Patriarcho checks back in for Solon. as did Morgan Blackford. It's an 8-point Solon lead, 20-12. Sophia Lance brings it up to Mackie Blackford, left wing, cross court to Lance. Lance looking to launch that 3-ball to Blackford. She drives, gets shut off. Now backdoor dish to Lance, who missed the layup. They dish it out to Hildebrand. Journey Hildebrand to Ashlyn Dyson. She let the 3 go, no good. Rebound on the floor. Patriarco goes down and gets it, and gets tied up. And the Comets retain possession on the arrow. So with 11 seconds to go here in the first quarter, Kaylin Gaiman checks back in for Patriarco and Olszewski for Levenhagen. Little offense with 11 seconds to go. Olszewski looks to dish to Morgan Blackford. Lance, someone's got to get a shot up. McKenzie's going to shoot from 30. No good. That's the way the first quarter will end. The score is the Solon Lady Comets 20 and the Brunswick Lady Blue Devils 12. We'll be back in a minute with second quarter action. Back here at Solon High School, the end of the first quarter, Solon has an 8-point lead. It's been the hot shooting of Mackenzie Blackford. She has 11 first quarter points. Her sister Morgan has 5, and there's a big 0 on the scoreboard right now next to Journey Hildebrand's name, and that's a big number. She's 15 points away from completing 1,000 points in Brunswick, and the Comets convert the fast break there. Mackie Blackford on the layup, and they're turning him over in the back court, and Mackie's going to launch another one, and she got it. And Coach Ocasio calls another full timeout. That's going to be points 12. Well, she's up to 16 points. She just got 5 more off the steal. She got the layup, and then she buried the 3. She has 16 of the Comets' 25 first quarter points. And so Brunswick has to find a way to get Hildebrand off the snide here. Kaylin Gaiman's been put on her. Mackie Blackford's been put on her. But she is obviously their leading scorer. She's scoring 17 points a game. And as I mentioned, just 15 away from 1,000. This Brunswick Lady Blue Devils team has won 9 in a row to this point. Their last loss coming to these Solon Lady Comets. It was a 67-66 overtime thriller in Brunswick that Solon came away with that victory. And since that time, Brunswick's been on a streak, but you wouldn't know it based on the early start in this one. It's a 13-point Comet lead. They're putting all kinds of pressure on them in the backcourt, and right now Brunswick just doesn't have an answer for it. Kennedy Neal will inbound to Lexi Bertemes, back to Neal. Neal being watched by Morgan Blackford. She dribbles into the front court, she spins, goes to the lane, lays it up. Olszewski tried to draw a charge to no avail. Morgan Blackford's going to go coast to coast, but she got swatted by the freshman. That's Parker. And Bertemes went to the hole. Parker couldn't get the offensive board. Mackie Blackford into the front court. Hesitation dribble. Finds Olszewski inside to Morgan Blackford, who lays it in. Good ball movement between Mackie, Erica Olszewski, and Morgan Blackford for the layup. Puts the Comets out to a 15-point lead. Sophia Lance hawking the ball. Gets a little help from Morgan Blackford, but Blackford's going to get called for the foul. That's her second. Can't believe she's going to stay in the game too long. No, they're going to send a sub in. Levenhagen replaces Olszewski, and Patriarco replaces Blackford. They can't afford to lose her this early. Kennedy Neal inbounds to Faith Vilcek. Vilcek between the circles, being watched by Lance. That's Leah Holmes in traffic. She throws it cross court. She gets it back. She goes to the hole. She lays it up. And another charging foul is called. This time, Mackie Blackford draws the charge. Holmes is the second leading scorer for Brunswick, averaging 11 points a game. She already has 2 fouls in this one. Mackie Blackford throws one up, no good. Rebound comes away to Kennedy Neal. Neal throws it ahead to Bertemes. In the corner, Holmes missed it. Levenhagen with the rebound and outlet to Blackford. To Lance, 3-ball in the air, no good. The ball, long rebound goes out of bounds and back over to Brunswick. And Morgan Blackford's gonna have to play smart here with 2 fouls as she comes back in for Lance. Olszewski checks in for Levenhagen. 2 minutes gone by here in the second. It's a 15-point Solon lead. Kennedy Neal inbounds. That's Lexi Bertemes trying to beat pressure. She does, but Mackenzie Blackford knocks the ball away and out of bounds. It'll be Brunswick's basketball. Neal to trigger. We're getting a little pushing and shoving between Leah Holmes and Erica Olszewski underneath. They're right back at it. Referee cautioned them, but still leaning on each other. She's going to try to take Olszewski to the basket, and Olszewski thought she had all ball there as Holmes drove hard to the hole. That's going to be Erica's second. She's going to have to sit for Kaylee Levenhagen. Leah Holmes is a 6-foot senior. She makes the first of 2 free throws. Erica Olszewski's going to sit down. Erica is listed at 5'11". She's just a sophomore. Mackie Blackford gets a rest. Kaylin Gaiman checks back in for Solon. Holmes makes the pair, cutting the Solon lead to 13, and they're going to try a little backcourt pressure of their own. Diamond in one press. They had Morgan Blackford caught in the corner, and Morgan just picked up her 3rd foul as she hooked the defender, at least according to the referee, and that's a tough way to pick up your 3rd foul. She's going to have to sit. It could be for the remainder of this half, and she's the leading scorer for the Comets. Vilcek to the freshman Parker. To Holmes. Holmes drives, lays it up and in. Ball fake and go. And again, Brunswick trying to show diamond in one pressure, and Coach Cruzy calls a timeout. After Brunswick has now cut the Solon lead to 11. And they've got their leading scorer on the bench in Morgan Blackford with 3 fouls. You wouldn't have expected her to pick that foul up offensively. You know, you send her back in with 2 and you tell her, be careful on defense, but she wound up hooking the defender as she tried to get out of a double team in the backcourt, and the ref was having none of it. So Brunswick comes out with Vilcek, Parker, Holmes. Hildebrand's getting a rest. Kennedy Neal and Lexi Bertemes. Solon counters with Patriarcho, Mackie Blackford, Kaylin Gaiman, Kaylee Levenhagen, and Sophia Lance. Gaiman, right wing. Threw it right to Audrey Parker. Parker in the front court to Holmes. Holmes, bounce pass, top of the key. That's Kennedy Neal. She'll let the 3 go. No good. Parker battling for the rebound. The ball's on the floor. Possession arrow favors the Comets. Raquel Thompson, senior, 5'7", checks in for Solon. Mia Patriarcho sits the backcourt. Lance throws it into the corner. Mackenzie Blackford tried the cross-court pass. It was intercepted by Leah Holmes. Nice bounce pass to Kennedy Neal. Kaylee Levenhagen in the backcourt stepped on the line, and the Comets' lead has been cut to 9, and Brunswick is going to inbound. They're doing all of this without Journey Hildebrand. Inbound to Parker. Parker's going to let a 3 go. In and out. Mackenzie Blackford fights for that board. She's going to bring it into the front court. She looks to drive. Lance is going to launch the 3. Long. Gaiman, long board, can't get to it. Out of bounds. Brunswick ball. And Hildebrand checks back in for Parker. Again, Kennedy Neal will trigger. Hildebrand will bring it up against Mackie Blackford. She'll spin move and launch a 10-footer. On the front of the rim, no good. Levenhagen had it tapped away by Vilcek. Vilcek to Hildebrand, to Holmes. Holmes back to Vilcek. She's going to drive. She's going to commit the charging foul. Raquel Thompson, senior, off the bench. Super sub comes in, draws the charge. Always a thrill for the squad when somebody can get out there and draw a charge. The Comets have drawn 3 of them here tonight. Nine-point Solon lead. Mackie Blackford brings it into the front court. Around a pick by Levenhagen. She drives the lane, lays it up, no good. The rebound came away to Gaiman, had it blocked. Levenhagen has it in the corner. And Brunswick has the ball. Mackie Blackford got hurt, and she's limping up the court. Brunswick launches a 3. That was Bertemes. The rebound came back. Hildebrand now can't buy the 3, and Mackie's got it. And in pain, bringing the ball into the front court, and she got fouled by Lexi Bertemes. Mackie was down in the lane, and it looked like she was in pain, but she got up. And as she always does, hustled to the other end of the floor and back. Tough kid. Patriarcho checked in for Levenhagen. It remains a 9-point Comet lead. Mackie Blackford at the line, shooting 1 and the bonus. She missed the first, and the rebound came to Leah Holmes. Holmes dishes it out to Hildebrand. Hildebrand's going to try to drive. She dished to Parker. Parker to Holmes. 3 ball in the air, no good. Parker gets the board, but gets tied up by Gaiman. Alternating possession goes to Brunswick, and they will inbound. Neal triggers to Holmes. Holmes holding it overhead against Thompson. Hildebrand, left wing. Hildebrand is going to drive, left-handed. Now she lays it up, no good. Tries to get her own board, she does. Kennedy Neal had it, ball's on the floor again. Comets win that one. Mackie Blackford into traffic. Now is going to launch an 18-footer. Got it. I'll tell you this, Brunswick is not aware when she has the ball that they need to get somebody on her and stop the basketball, because she has the hot hand right now. This is Kennedy Neal. Bounce pass to Lexi Bertemes, left wing, top of the key. That's Holmes driving the lane, lays it up with the left hand. She's got some game, and it's a 9-point lead, and the Comets again pushing into the front court with Mackie Blackford, top of the key, picks up her dribble to Patriarcho, gets it back, launches the 3, short. Rebound comes back to Holmes, and she'll bring it up. Still no points for number 3, Journey Hildebrand. It's Kennedy Neal driving. She can't finish. Mackie Blackford again with the board. Brings it into the front court, and she's going to go line to the lane, lay it up and in. Mackie Blackford, 20 of the Comets' 31 points. Lexi Bertemes now working against Sophia Lance. Brings it into the front court, goes down the middle of the lane. We get a blocking foul that time. Raquel Thompson last time was able to draw the charge. This time she could not get in front of the ball handler Bertemes, and she commits her first foul. It is now both teams in the bonus. Lexi Bertemes, a junior, just 5'6", misses the front end, and Audrey Parker gets the board, the freshman. Dishes it out to Kennedy Neal, 3 in the air, she missed it. Hildebrand with the rebound, she can't buy one. Missed it again in the lane. We're gonna get a foul called on the floor. I think it's gonna be Patriarco. Patriarco commits the foul, and Hildebrand will go to the line looking for her first points of the night. She's averaging 17 a game. We're 1 minute and 42 seconds left in the first half, and she's just looking to get on the board. And she does. Makes the front end of the 1-and-1. I'd look for more pressure from Brunswick. Number 11, Ashlyn Dyson, has checked in. Hildebrand knocks down the second as well, and they jump into their diamond-and-1 full court trap. And they get their trap in the corner. Sophia Lance ball fakes her way out of it, but gives it to Hildebrand, who puts the shot up and in, cutting the Comet lead to 7. Lance cross court. Patriarco saves it. Gaiman had it and lost it. Dyson came away with it to Holmes. Holmes is going to drive the lane and lay it up and in. It's a 5-point Solon lead. Levenhagen looking to inbound, can't find anybody. Mackie Blackford is going to, they're going to get a timeout called as Blackford was trapped in the back court. And once was a large lead for the Lady Comets has dwindled down to 5. It's a 30-second timeout called by Solon. And Journey Hildebrand has gotten off the snide, and all of a sudden, this is looking more like a ball game. So I mentioned at the outset that the Comets had dropped their last 2 games. They lost at Akron, Hoban. They scored 27 points in the first quarter. The Comets did. Had a 27-10 lead and lost in overtime. Both Morgan and Mackie Blackford fouled out of that one. Then they got beat by Medina. That was their first conference loss in 2 years. That's when right now they don't have 2 of their starters, Cheyenne Hatcher and Nia Booker, and so they're having to learn how to play without them. Mackenzie Blackford now between the circles, cross court to Sophia Lance, can't drive baseline, finds Blackford cutting to the basket, she missed the layup. Dyson gets the board, gives it off to Kennedy Neal. Neal brings it into the front court and threw it to nobody. She had 2 players there on the left, and she threw it right between them. And we're going to get a sub for Solon. I don't have the number on her, but she's got the ball in the corner. She's going to launch a 3. She missed it. Ashlyn Dyson gets the long board, and Leah Holmes will bring it forward. 6-foot senior, hands it to Journey Hildebrand, the junior. She's going to launch a 3. She got it. Cutting the Comet lead to 2. Mackie Blackford will drive the lane, tries to lay it up left-handed. Kennedy Neal gets the board. We're down to about 10 seconds. The Lady Blue Devils are looking to tie this thing going into the half. Kennedy Neal lays it up off the glass, no good. Parker with the board, she lays it up and in, tying the score at 31, and that's the way the half will end. The Lady Blue Devils with a furious comeback, led by Leah Holmes, number 22. She has 10 points. Kennedy Neal has 7. Journey Hildebrand got off the snide. She now has 7 points. And Audrey Parker, the freshman, also has 7. Mackie Blackford has 20 of Solon's first 31 points. We've got a tie ball game at halftime. Keep in mind that this game, the last time these two teams met, it went into overtime, and the final was 67-66. So we're probably going to have a whale of a second half. Stay tuned. See you then. Back here at Solon High School, we have the Solon Lady Comets tied at half with the Brunswick Lady Blue Devils at 31 apiece. Brunswick in the first half, Audrey Parker, freshman, came off the bench, gave them a lift with 7 points. Journey Hildebrand, their leading scorer, also with 7. Kennedy Neal, a sophomore, has 7. They are led right now by Leah Holmes, number 22, the 6-foot senior. She has 10 points. For Solon, it's been a lot of Mackie Blackford. Mackenzie Blackford, the 5'8" junior, second leading scorer for the Comets, has 20 of their 31, followed by her sister Morgan, who has 7 points but 3 fouls. Erica Olszewski, 2 points and 2 fouls. Kaylin Gaiman has the lone other bucket. It'll be Blackford, Gaiman, Olszewski, and Lance. They're having trouble getting it in. Journey Hildebrand knocks the ball away. Olszewski comes back with it. And Mackenzie Blackford will work against Faith Vilcek. Blackford now to Lance. Lance between the circles against Berdemies. Blackford tries the backdoor cut. She's working against Leah Holmes, the 6-foot senior. Olszewski now being guarded by Hildebrand to Lance, to Morgan Blackford in the corner, out to Mackie. Mackie looking to drive, around the back dribble, left hand, lays it up, no good. Rebound comes away to Vilcek. She had to sit early in the first half as she had 3 fouls. She does a hesitation, goes to the basket, gets swatted by Lance. The ball goes out of bounds. Sophia Lance with a block. And these are two well-matched teams. Kennedy Neal will trigger. 5'8" sophomore gives it to Vilcek. The junior, 5'3", working against Sophia Lance, hands to Leah Holmes. Leah Holmes on the weave. Journey Hildebrand, 15-footer, in and out. Rebound, Kaylin Gaiman gives it to Mackie Blackford. Lance will launch the 3, missed it. And Morgan Blackford went after the rebound, knocked it out of bounds. And again, the backcourt pressure. So both teams come out cold here to start the second half. Hildebrand has it, dishes it to Vilcek. Vilcek ahead to Berdemies. Berdemies cross court to Hildebrand. She'll let up a 3. No good. She gets her own board. Nice bounce pass to Berdemies, who lays it up and in. And the Lady Blue Devils are ahead by 2. This is their first lead of the night. Well, actually, they started out with the first bucket, but they have not led since that first bucket. Morgan Blackford airs one. Faith Vilcek, the point guard now, brings it up against pressure. Leah Holmes on the right wing. I think she got away with a travel, but she laid it up left-handed. Leah Holmes has some game. That was a nice left hand in the lane to extend the Brunswick lead now to 4 points. It's 35-31. Full timeout called by Coach Trish Cruzy. And as I mentioned, this is a pivotal matchup for the Greater Cleveland Conference as Solon dropped their last game at Medina, 74-50. game went south for them. Brunswick has beaten Medina, and the only conference loss that Brunswick has suffered has been at the hands of these Solon Lady Comets. 67-66 overtime game played at Brunswick. The Solon girls come in at 11-3 overall. Brunswick Lady Blue Devils are 13-2. This is just Anthony Ocasio's 5th season as a head coach. And he has a record just above 500 in that time. So this is probably the best addition that he's had of a ball club. And he's got a nice mix of youth and experience. He sends out the Leah Holmes, a senior, Kennedy Neal's a sophomore, Journey Hildebrand's a junior, Lexi Bertemes is a junior, and Faith Vilcek is a junior. Morgan Blackford now between the circles, being watched by Hildebrand, to Lance. Lance to Mackie Blackford. She'll let a 3 go. She left it short. The rebound came to Hildebrand, and she's going to go length of the floor, lay it up. She missed. Nope, she got it. Put her head down and went coast to coast. Kaylin Gaiman to Lance. Lance to Olszewski. She passes up the 3. Blackford, ball fake, dishes out to Olszewski, who will launch the 3. She had it on line, missed it long. Blackford with the board, gets shut off to her sister, to Gaiman. Olszewski gives it to Mackie. Mackie to Erica, and Morgan's going to launch a long 3, and she got it. She was feeling that one. The Blackford girls are the leading scorers on this team because they've got both the inside and outside game. Mackie's a little better 3-point shooter. Leah Holmes, right wing. Dishes to Kennedy Neal, ball fake. She drives the lane. No call. There was contact in the lane. Erica Olszewski, I thought, drew the charge. But I can tell you that the refs tonight are letting them play. That's not critical. That's just the way it is. Different crews of officiating, different officiating crews will call it differently each night. You got to play to what they're calling. Morgan Blackford gives it to Erica Olszewski to Gaiman. She swings it around back to Morgan Blackford. She drives the baseline, lays it up with the left hand, and cuts the Brunswick lead to 1. Faith Vilcek in the backcourt. She's going to get called for a travel. She tried that quick ball fake and picked up her pivot, and she did not get away with it. So the Comets will have a chance to take the lead here. Mackie Blackford to trigger to her sister Morgan. She launches a long 2, no good. And we're going to get a foul called on Mackie Blackford. That's going to be her 3rd. I stand corrected. Good news for Solon. Only 2 fouls for Mackie as she went over the back there on the rebound. Vilcek to Hildebrand. Cross court back to Vilcek. Bounce pass ahead to Lexi Bertemes. Cross court to Hildebrand. In the corner to Kennedy Neal. She airs the 3. The rebound comes to Leah Holmes. We get a tie up. And the ball's going to stay here with Brunswick. Neal to inbound. To Hildebrand. She puts up an 8-footer. She got it. Journey Hildebrand now with 11 points. 4 more and she will hit the 1,000 point mark. Mackie Blackford gives to Kaylin Gaiman to Sophia Lance, over to Morgan Blackford. Good ball movement here. Morgan trying to drive on Leah Holmes. She gets shut off. Gives it to Lance. Lance to Olszewski. The 3 ball in the air, on line but long. Kennedy Neal comes away with it. Neal dribbles onto the right wing. Gives it to Leah Holmes. Holmes cross court to Vilcek. Vilcek drives. Gives it to Holmes. Holmes passes up the 3. She got away with a walk. Again, she slips on the ground and probably walked. But the Comets get it. Mackie Blackford will drive the lane. Throw up the running right-hander. And she makes it. It's back to a 1-point lead for Brunswick. I think these 2 teams are evenly matched Hildebrand gives it to Faith Vilcek. Vilcek's going to drive the lane, dishes it to Holmes, and we're going to get a charging foul called. Erica Olszewski drew the charge from Vilcek. That's at least the 4th charging foul that the Comets have drawn. Mia Patriarcho checks in for Erica Olszewski. Raquel Thompson Sr. checks in for Kaylin Gaiman. The Comets will inbound in the back court. Morgan Blackford hands it to her sister. Between the circles, working against the freshman Parker. Morgan Blackford working against the senior Holmes. Gives it to Sophia Lance. Morgan Blackford now. Leah Holmes is 6 foot and she's long. Mackie Blackford dishes it to Raquel Thompson. Right wing, out to Morgan. They are being conservative on offense. Mackie Blackford with a long 3. That had to be about 26 feet. Nothing but net. Vilcek to Hildebrand in the backcourt. Actually, that's Bertemes. Hildebrand's going to drive. And we're going to get a blocking call as she tried to Euro step. It looks to me like a point of emphasis was made by Solon coaching staff to draw charges, as Brunswick has a tendency to put their head down and just go to the hoop. And Raquel Thompson tried to draw the charge there to no avail. Journey Hildebrand will go to the line looking for points 12 and 13. She makes the first. Ashlyn Dyson checks in for Kennedy Neal. Kind of a short rotation for the Blue Devils. They've played just 7 kids here tonight. They do have a couple of injuries themselves. Journey Hildebrand makes both of them. We get a substitution, Kaylin Gaiman for Raquel Thompson. Back to a tie ball game, 41 apiece. 2:21 left here in the third quarter. Mackie Blackford will bring it up. Gives it to her sister, left wing. Eyeballs the 3, working against Holmes. Gets shut off by Hildebrand. Keeps possession, dishes to Patriarcho, who lays it up and in. Good job by Morgan to retain possession there after she was doubled under the basket and find Mia, who knew what to do with it. Ashlyn Dyson now, fresh off the bench, having to beat pressure. Gives it to Hildebrand. Hildebrand gets knocked down, no call. And the ball goes out of bounds and will be called Solon's ball. And Coach Ocasio talking directly to the official about the contact that was made to his leading scorer. But that's been pretty much the case all night. They've been letting these girls play. Mackie Blackford working against the freshman Parker. Lays it up with the right hand, no good. Rebound comes to Bertemes. Lexi Bertemes working against Sophia Lance. It's going to drive, throws it, and she got fouled on the way there. Lance caught her on the shot. I think Bertemes is going to go to the line to shoot 2. She saw an opening there to her left. And both teams are conscious of taking away the strong hand of their opponent and overplaying the right side, making them go left-handed. That happens to be something that both Blackford girls do extremely well. They can finish with the left. That's part of what makes them complete players. Lexi Bertemes missed the first, she missed them both. Mia Patriarcho comes away with the board against pressure. They're going to get the freshman Audrey Parker for Brunswick with a foul in the backcourt. Good job there by Mia to rebound it and pivot out of it. Backcourt pressure applied by Brunswick. They got Mackie Blackford to step on the sideline. And it'll be a turnover. Kennedy Neal checks back in for Bertemes. Erica Olszewski checks in for Sophia Lance. It's a 43-41 Comet lead. We've got 1:20 left here in the third. And this game continues to go back and forth. Leah Holmes waiting for Hildebrand to come around a screen. Now Hildebrand comes out to get the ball, working against Kaylin Gaiman. Good defense by Gaiman. Hildebrand goes hard to the hole, contact, and a charging foul called again. Erica Olszewski drew this one as Hildebrand was going hard to the basket. I've lost track. I think that's probably the 6th charging foul, around 6 that the Comets have drawn. Morgan Blackford into the front court. Comets with a 2-point lead. She gets a switch, and a switch back by Holmes to Olszewski, right wing. Gives it to Mackie Blackford, working against the freshman Parker. Morgan Blackford now drives the lane, dishes off to Olszewski, eyes the 3, gives it back to Morgan. Morgan bounce passes it. She thinks that ball was tapped out of bounds out of her hand, but they're going to call Brunswick basketball. Patriarcho and Morgan Blackford go off. Lance and Thompson check in, still applying at least token backcourt pressure. Kennedy Neal working against Sophia Lance. Hands to Audrey Parker, the freshman. Ball was batted out of bounds by Raquel Thompson, and Brunswick will retain possession. Down 2 points. Journey Hildebrand working against Kaylin Gaiman. Hands to Ashley Dyson. Shot fake, gives the Parker. Parker out to Holmes. Holmes traveled. Done that a couple times. She catches the ball flat-footed. She doesn't have her pivot foot established. When she throws that shot or pass fake, she shuffles her feet. More than a couple players out here have done that tonight. Mackie Blackford now with 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Morgan Blackford drives the lane, lays it up left-handed, and that's likely the way this 3rd quarter is going to end, as the Blue Devils have lost track of time. And the score after 3 quarters of play is Solon 45 and Brunswick 41. Stay tuned for the 4th. Back here at Solon High School, my name is Chuck Chokina, proud to be a part of Solon Education Television, bringing you Solon Comet Athletics. We've got a dandy here in Solon. The Comets outscored Brunswick here in the 3rd quarter 14-10. They're being led by Mackenzie Blackford, the junior, has 25 points. Her sister Morgan has 14. Add that up, it's 39 of the Comets' 45 points. On the other side, Journey Hildebrand has 13 and Leah Holmes has 12 for Brunswick. Mackie Blackford now gets doubled. Leah Holmes gets the steal, hands it to Hildebrand. She's 1 bucket away. Could it be a 3? She missed the 3. The rebound hit the floor. Sophia Lance comes up with it. And the next bucket that Journey Hildebrand scores, she will have hit the 1,000-point mark. I believe Morgan Blackford for Solon has already done that. There's Morgan in the corner against Holmes. Hands to her sister, slashing the basket, who lays it up and in. She now has 27 points on the night and extends the Comet lead to 6. Right now, Brunswick is having trouble finding points. Kennedy Neal, top of the key. Around a pick by Holmes, lays up an 8-footer, rolls around on the rim, no good. Rebound comes to Morgan Blackford, dishes to her sister Mackenzie, who stops the top of the key, and she's going to launch another 3 and drop it in. She now has 30 points. I can tell you that Mackenzie Blackford is having a heck of a night. Additionally, Brunswick just does not seem to be cognizant of where she is at. They've been giving her a few windows, but she's knocking down shots. I mean, the last 3 before this one was a 25-footer. And she is feeling it. The bucket's got to be looking like the ocean to her right about now. And And that being said, the Comets ran out to an early lead in this one, and Brunswick came storming back to tie it at the half. So you can't count out the Blue Devils here. They're just having trouble finding some offense. Leah Holmes has not scored since she had 12 first half points. They've got to find a way to get the ball into Hildebrand's hands and Holmes. Comets come out with the Blackford girls, Sophia Lance, Erica Olszewski, Kaylin Gaiman. That was their starting unit. Brunswick counters with Hildebrand, Leah Holmes, Lexi Berdemise, Kennedy Neal, and Faith Vilcek. Vilcek brings it up between the circles, passes right wing to Berdemise, top of the key to Holmes. They are now face guarding Journey Hildebrand. Kaylin Gaiman is not playing help side defense. They're just keeping Journey from getting the ball. McKenzie's going to drive the lane, dish out to Lance, 3-ball in the air, aired it, and the rebound comes away to Kennedy Neal, and they're going to get Morgan Blackford now. That's going to be her 4th. And she's going to get subbed in for by Mia Patriarco. They got Morgan for an over-the-back foul, so she's going to have to sit for a bit. And Brunswick's going to bring it up down 9. Again, face guarding of Hildebrand, just trying to make sure she doesn't even get the ball. Vilcek gives it to Berdemise. Berdemise, top of the key to Holmes. Holmes, right wing. Vilcek gets in the lane, dishes it out. Berdemise going to launch a 3. Off the back of the iron, no good. Hildebrand gets the board somehow and misses the putback. Erica Olszewski with the board to Mackie Blackford. Again, no one's closing out on her. She gives the ball to Gaiman. Gaiman the Lance, right wing to Blackford. It's a 9-point Solon lead. They're trying to double and get the ball out of her hands, and it worked to a point, right up to the point where Kennedy Neal committed a foul. And the Lady Comets will inbound. Well, they had the back door that time. Mackenzie Blackford. Working against pressure, finds Olszewski inside, who throws up the left-hander, no good, gets her own board, puts it up, no good. Rebound is fought around for between Patriarco and Holmes. And the possession arrow favors Brunswick, and Solon has taken off their press. And they are packing the lane, and they continue to have Kaylin Gaiman do nothing but face guard Journey Hildebrand. And it's paying off. Leah Holmes swings it to Vilcek. Vilcek back to Holmes. Holmes to Berdemise. Berdemise, top of the key, wide open. In and out. Rebound Olszewski to Morgan Blackford. Excuse me, Mackenzie Blackford. To Kaylin Gaiman, back to Blackford, top of the key. She's going to drive the right of the lane, lays it up, no good. Rebound comes away to Brunswick. Holmes gives it to Vilcek. And the Blue Devils are just stuck on 9. There's Hildebrand. She's just got her 15th point. That's 1,000 for her. Mackenzie Blackford, cross court to Patriarco. Patriarco to Olszewski. Olszewski to Sophia Lance between the circles, gives it back to Mackie. Mackie Blackford, 30 of the Comets' 50 points in this one. Dribble drives, gives it back to Lance. Comets working the clock. Patriarco finds Blackford, who lays it in left-handed for points 31 and 32, extending the Solon lead back to 9. Kennedy Neal now being guarded by Mia Patriarco, around a pick by Leah Holmes. Will drive, lay it up, and no good, but we're going to get a blocking foul. Comets have been trying to draw those charges. Patriarco tried again to get that one, but Neal, but she gets called for the block. I believe that was the right call. Kennedy Neal misses the front end of her 2 shots, and giving some hugs to Journey Hildebrand because she just hit that 1,000th point. Neal again, buries the second. Timeout is called. Now we get a stoppage in play for a substitution. Morgan Blackford checks back in. Mackie Blackford to trigger, gives it to her sister. Working in the backcourt against pressure, dishes it ahead to Kaylin Gaiman. Back to Morgan Blackford, left hand, no good. Leah Holmes with the board. I think they're going to get, who are they going to get? Leah Holmes committed the foul. She buries the first. Misses the second, but Olszewski got the board. Didn't need that dribble. Mackey gets it, gives her sister Morgan. Left hand gets blocked, out of bounds. Comets will retain possession. Raquel Thompson checks in for Olszewski. Referee is talking to one of the Comets. Oh, that play was open that time. They ran the screener play. Kaylin Gaiman came open late. The backside block, they missed her. Olszewski checks back in for Thompson. This play, Morgan could get open on the lob underneath. But Leah Holmes was there. Working clock, 3.5 to go, a 9-point Solon lead. Morgan Blackford. Bounce pass to Mackie Blackford. She gets cut off on the baseline, spins, throws up the left-hander, no good. Rebound comes away, good defense by Vilcek there. Again, Brunswick just does not seem to have anything offensively. Hildebrand lets a 3 go and knocks it down. Cuts the lead to 6. And they get the steal. Leah Holmes drives, now shoots, misses. Rebound comes to Morgan Blackford. Journey Hildebrand did a great job of blocking that shot, but she stepped out of bounds when she caught the deflection on the block. So it'll go back to Solon, 6-point lead. Thompson checks in for Gaiman. See if that the screener work. Well, they're running a different one here. Morgan having trouble. 5-second call. No, we get a timeout. .241 to go here in the fourth. It's a 53-47 lead for the Solon Lady Comets in this pivotal Greater Cleveland Conference matchup. Comets have the ball. They're inbounding under their own basket. Each team has committed 5 fouls, so nobody's in the bonus yet. But it's been the Solon defense that has not allowed Brunswick to get their offense unchecked here in the second half. They're having trouble finding points anywhere. Hildebrand hit that 3 for her 18th point. Leah Holmes is next with 12. Kennedy Neal has 8. For Solon, it's Mackie Blackford's night. She's got 32 points. And Morgan Blackford has 15. So again, the Blackford girls, the whole family has 47 of Solon's 53 points. But that's okay. That's what it takes, because Cheyenne Hatcher is out and Nia Booker is out, and they need to find points somewhere. Mackie Blackford, long inbound, goes into the backcourt, chased down by her sister Morgan, who will bring it up, working against Leah Holmes. Journey Hildebrand switches out on her, and they're going to work some clock and extend their offense. Blackford picks up her dribble. They don't clamp down on her. Lance to Thompson. They're just going to move the ball as best they can. Play a little keep away. Mackie Blackford in the center of the court to Lance. Back to Blackford. The clock is winding down. Backdoor cut by Erica Olszewski, and she lays it in. Mackie Blackford with her eyes up caught Erica cutting to the basket, extending the Solon lead to 8. And the Lady Blue Devils are taking too much time trying to get a shot up. Raquel Thompson is hawking Journey Hildebrand. Leah Holmes drives. We get a blocking foul called. Olszewski tried to draw the charge there, showing some toughness. But Leah Holmes will go to the line, shooting 2, down 8 points. Chance for Brunswick to get some points with the clock stop. She knocks down the first one. Kaylin Gaiman checks back in for Raquel Thompson. Blue Devils are going to probably press after the make or the miss here. She makes the pair. Leah Holmes now with 13 points. Comets beat the press. Morgan Blackford will go in for an uncontested left-hand layup. That should about do it. Runs the Comets lead out to 8. We're down to a minute and a half. Faith Vilcek hands to Kennedy Neal. Neal gives it to Holmes. Holmes looking for a cutter, hands it to Audrey Parker. The freshman doesn't want to throw up the 3. Leah Holmes will try to drive. Spin move blocked by Olszewski. She gets the board and dishes it to Mackie Blackford. Good defense there by Erica. Sophia Lance, they're going to try to foul now. The refs aren't calling it. Neal has put her hands on 2 players. They didn't call either one. There we have a foul called finally. Vilcek fouled the wrong person. And Mackie Blackford. This is going to be a big win for Solon, especially after their last 2 games. They lost 2, and I think Sophia Lance just fouled out. Oh, excuse me. I stand corrected. Faith Vilcek just fouled out of this one for Brunswick. Sophia Lance will inbound. Gives it to Mackie. 32 points on the night for Mackie Blackford. To Erica Olszewski. Back to Blackford, who gets held. Get a bit of a car crash there. Blackford will go to the line to shoot 2, looking for points 33 and 34. Blackford sights it, shoots it, got it. Now on the bonus, also good. Solon lead is 10. We're down to 46 seconds. Lexi Berdemise throws it away. Morgan Blackford with the steal. Kennedy Neal with the foul. And this one's in the books. That's a big lift for the Lady Comets after having lost those last 2 games and also having lost 2 starters in Cheyenne Hatcher and Nia Booker. Not sure when or if they're going to get them back. but this has got to go a long way toward building their confidence that they can handle the scoring load and beat a good basketball team when they need to. A little bit underhand, or a little bit short-handed, if you will. Audrey Parker going to drive, left hand, lays it up, no good. Rebound comes away to Patriarcho. Morgan Blackford in the backcourt. No reason to foul now. Blackford girls just playing keep away, and they'll hang on to the ball, and they will get this hard-earned win. Final score from Solon High School. It's the Solon Lady Comets 61 and the Brunswick Lady Blue Devils 49. My name is Chuck Chokina, proud to be a part of Solon Education Television. And stay tuned, I guess, because the boys basketball team's going to be playing another one here shortly.